We just had a nightmare Airbnb rental. Also, I am a little bit of an idiot, and I'll admit that right now. This particular property has two entrances. This top area that's finished, which is where they were staying, and this bottom part, which is not finished yet, and I was working there during the day, and it was very quiet. We use the garage for storage at this property, and it is not accessible to guests. The area that I was working on doesn't have a bathroom, so I had to leave the property for a second to go use the restroom. And because I was only going to be gone for just a little bit, I didn't lock the garage. So when I come back, the guests have the garage door open and are kind of scrounging around. There were a couple of young kids. They're probably 19, 20, that age range. And when they spoke to me, they had a foreign accent, I'm guessing from somewhere in Africa. And I was like, excuse me, what are you doing? They said that they were looking for a lighter. I was kind of confused what you would need a lighter for. She said it was for some kind of hair thing. And I was like, I don't have a lighter. I'm not gonna give you a lighter. They were nice dressed and seemed very courteous, and other than them being in my garage, I didn't see anything wrong with them. They just shut the garage and locked it and moved on. I know, I should have done something. They should not have been in the garage. That should have been like a big red flag, but like I said, I can be an idiot sometimes. Plus, I'm way too trusting. There were so many people coming in and out of that property, and I probably saw 5 different cars. Not all at the same time. There was just 1 or 2, but they were in and out a lot. This property is a studio. It's not very big. And it does have this extra space, but it only sleeps 4, so there should not have been a lot of people here. These guests had a 2-night reservation, and they had issues both nights. Both issues were user error. They couldn't get into the secret room, and I walked in and I pulled the latch and just opened it, and they were like totally flabbergasted, even though it says pull. There were a bunch of alcohol bottles on the table, but it wasn't crazy. There wasn't a ton of noise, and there wasn't a ton of people. So I was like, well, people just drink a lot of alcohol. I'm not here to judge. And the property actually didn't seem to be in that bad of shape. And the second time was because they were using the wrong code to try to access to get in. They'd been using it for the whole day and a half. So I don't know what was going on, but I had a maintenance person go over and put the code in for them. When my cleaners arrived to clean, this is what they found. The whole property looked like that. It was a mess, and the house smelled so bad. We don't even know what it was, but it stunk to high heaven. The worst part is they destroyed my 100% wool rug. Pretty sure they were doing something, and it wasn't hair. My cleaners scrubbed for hours, and they could not get these out because they're not actual stains. The carpet's been burned. My rockstar manager, Suzanne, messaged our guests and said, hey, you made a disaster on this property. You should pay for this. But they're young kids. I had zero hope that they were actually going to pay for it. And we were right. They didn't pay for anything. And we left a review saying, do not rent to these people. They will destroy your property. With the rental being through Airbnb, we were able to get some compensation from them. It was $500. The wool carpet cost more than $500, but you know, I can find one for that, so it's going to be fine. But what that doesn't cover is the extra labor that I had to pay my cleaners, because they were there twice as long as they should have been. In fact, I had to bring in another cleaner to clean up the mess so that the property could be ready by the time the next guests were coming. In our 6 years of doing this is only the second time that our properties have been destroyed to this level. The last time we had a property destroyed like this, it was even crazier, and there were guns involved. So if enough people want to hear that story and like and make comment, I will make another video.